And we've reached the end of 2017, and what a year it was! I've put out less videos, but with way more research and overall quality than ever. And first of all, I have to thank you all for keep coming back for more and more, week after week. So, here's PixelThing's most watched videos of 2017. Everywhere I go, I have to be surrounded by music, and those cheap tunes from the past, created on the ZX Spectrum and on the C64, are deeply carved in the back of my mind. This time around, and celebrating the 35 years of Commodore's 8-bit home computer, I brought to all of you my 10 favorite tunes created by legends such as Chris Hulsbeck, Tell, Whittaker, Hubert, McRAE, etc. Here's my 10 favorite C64 tunes that always makes me smile and whistle when I'm listening to them. The arcades had so many amazing hidden gems that I simply felt the need to bring them to the channel. So part 1 of my best unconverted arcade game series was also one of my most watched videos of 2017. Part 2 was also extremely welcomed by you guys, and part 3 is in the making and coming soon. So, without a specific order, here's a bunch of great titles, many still exclusives to arcades, and a few recently released for modern consoles through compilations or emulation that I would love to see and play back in the day on any of the systems that I personally owned, or even on others that I would only dream about. The point-and-click graphic adventure genre was my biggest addiction in early 90s, so I simply had to point out my favorites, even today, and from time to time I pick one of these and immerse myself into the gorgeous pixel art that graphic adventures offer to all fans of this practically extinct genre. Graphic adventures from LucasArts dominated the market back in those days. The high quality of their products completely drowned out all competition. Later, the rise of the first-person shooter genre practically eradicated point-and-click graphic adventures. Even so, its spirit lives on in titles like Rockstar's LA Noire. I never thought that a video related to BAJA Edge of Control would be one of my most viewed on my channel. I know that I've been extremely annoying since the early days of itsaPIXELthing, always bringing this game up in conversations, cause I really believe that this is such a huge underrated game and the biggest hidden gem ever in what racing games are concerned. And a couple of months after I released this episode, a remastered version was announced for the current gen systems, the PS4, the Xbox One and even the PC. Since 1998 that Rainbow Studios was, for me, synonymous of awesome and realistic racing physics, so I was extremely excited after I heard the news that a brand new off-road video game was on its way from the makers of all those titles mentioned earlier. The bad news was that it was only being released for consoles, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. This was also the year to talk about and unveil the complete history of my favorite arcade game, the fabulous TOKI. This was in where I spent practically all my lunch money back in my teenage years. The exploratory feel of these beautiful locations were what really attracted me in the first place, and later was eager to play it at home on my ZX Spectrum. Sadly, that version was never released, and that made me upgrade to the Amiga. Check this episode out if you missed it. So, after I tried TOKI at the arcades, I was really looking forward to get that one for my Amiga. When that finally happened, Shadow Dancer was history. Xscopy was a very good friend of mine back in early 90s, when me and a few friends would gather and make a kind of demo party every summer since the ZX Spectrum days. Now for a completely different topic, my relaxed episode about the 26 perfect Amiga games to play with the amazing Quickshot Maverick 1. During 2017 I managed to grab a new old stock Maverick 1 that was simply one of my most desired items from the early 90s, and just thought that it would be cool to try it out with some of my favorite Amiga games. A pretty awesome experiment that really grabbed your attention. I've always enjoyed movie conversions, cause as you know, I'm also a huge movie fan. So this one would grab me right in the first seconds of gameplay. A true classic and one of my favorite games ever across all platforms. Turrican 1, 2 and 3 are extremely enjoyable to play on the Amiga, and a Maverick 1 is highly recommended. A video with Maria Whittaker would instantly be a winner, right? Yeah, sort of. The complete history of Barbarian the Ultimate Warrior was something that I wanted to tell for quite a while, and I can say that this was one of the most fun and enjoyable videos I ever made for my channel. Talking about those games that add their slice of controversy is always fun, isn't it? It wasn't the violent gameplay depicted in-game that would grab the media's attention. They were more focused on the game's cover, or should I say, a particular part of Barbarian's cover. The advertising campaign for Barbarian was what really made people gossip and spread the word. Now, the most extensive and exhaustive work I did in 2017 was about Lucasfilm Games and LucasArts. I consider this 1 hour and 22 minutes long two-part episode a true documentary in where I tell not only the complete history of George Lucas video game company and its partners, but also show footage of every single title developed and published by Lucasfilm and LucasArts till Disney's acquisition back in 2012. If you loved Lucasfilm and LucasArts, if you've played their amazing graphic adventures and Star Wars titles, I highly recommend you to reserve 1 hour and 22 minutes of your busy lives to watch both these episodes. All the links will be in the description below. The first time I loaded the 128K version of ROBOCOP on my ZX Spectrum Plus 2A, I was struck by this digitized speech.
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
It was such an amazing moment to have my humble Specky to speak Robo's prime directives, just like in the movie, and on the arcade game that always hypnotized me with its attract mode. Telling the complete history of this amazing game, going through all versions released for 8 and 16-bit systems of the time, was so overwhelming and extremely gratifying. Simply one of my favorite games ever made. The ads for the home versions were popping out all over the press, coming from the United Kingdom and Spain, and Ocean's logo was, for me, a symbol of quality. It was also quite awesome to see Ocean's logo stamped on the arcade cabinet and the licensing being mentioned in-game. And my most watched 2017 video was about my personal top 10 Amiga exclusive games. To try at least such a fun video to make, even realizing later that Yo-Jo was indeed an Amiga exclusive, but for just about half a year. It ended up being ported to the PC. Even so, all other 9 and another 7 that are shown in the end of the episode are truly awesome pieces of software, and 90% of those total hidden gems. I'll probably be back to this subject during 2018, cause you guys really enjoyed it, and I have so many Amiga related subjects to talk about and games that I want to review and tell how they came to be. The piano intro by Tim Wright ended up being adapted without consent or credit by the Norwegian symphonic black metal band Dimmu Borgir and featured in their Stormblast album from 1996. Later, this same album was re-released without that track. Besides these, I truly enjoyed creating other episodes during 2017 that failed to grab viewers' attention, like the one about stereoscopic 3D compatible games. That was a true joy to make. This next one was one of my latest videos, so it will probably get more views during 2018. I'm talking about the episode related to the history of the PlayStation 3 and its best games, that I'll forever remember, cause during the making of this episode, the hard drive completely died and had to find a replacement ASAP and play every game shown from the beginning. And lastly, the complete history of the COLIN McRAE and Dirt franchise. So many hours researching and having fun playing all games from the series. Man, what a ride! Loved every moment of it. Maybe you've missed this one, or you're not into this kind of games. Well, I had fun making every single video on my channel, so I guess that's what really matters. Thank you all for your support during one more year of videos. I truly hope that you had a great time and stick around, more will come whenever possible. A huge thanks to my patrons, Pete, best known as Nostalgia Nerd, Tiago Silva, Melnikster, Daniel Millington, Joshua Witt and Michael. Your precious help keeps the channel alive and every single dollar is truly welcomed and appreciated. Thank you all, and please have a great 2018.